as Shedeur Sanders had a forgettable performance over the weekend against the Rams. He completed just 3 of 6 passes for 14 yards while being sacked 5 times in 5 series under center. The rookie quarterback converted just 1 first down, and while he struggled, head coach Kevin Stefanski denied the idea that he's sabotaging the young quarterback. Take a listen.
Obviously, I don't concern myself with outside type of things, but I'm committed to his development, just like all of our rookies. So we'll continue to focus on getting our guys better, and that's what we'll stay committed to, and that's what's important to me.
Meanwhile, Hall of Famer Kurt Warner stopped short of blaming Stefanski, but weighed in on the rookie quarterbacks in their preseason finale by saying, "I was really looking forward to the competition between Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders in last preseason game. I know it plays out like this sometimes, but a bummer that both didn't have the same opportunities to make plays. Dillon Gabriel played well again, but had good opportunities to make plays. Shedeur Sanders didn't have those same opportunities, so it was hard to make much of an assessment." Okay, Stephen A., did Shedeur's play in the last preseason game end his chances of being QB2 on the Browns' depth chart?
Originally, my answer was going to be no. It didn't end it because I'm thinking about Flacco being 40 years of age and not expecting him to start all 17 games or so. Obviously, I don't expect much from Kenny Pickett. Dillon Gabriel can ball, and we respect him. But in the same breath, he's a rookie that I think that Shedeur Sanders could beat out. All of that's true. But listening to RC and D.O., I have to say I've changed my mind. I think that RC is right from the standpoint that I'd be hard-pressed to see Shedeur Sanders, after this performance, being in a position where he can climb from a QB4 to a potential QB1. I can't see that this year. I can tell you that much. Barring injury. Of course, injuries change everything, and we get that part. But barring injury, it's hard for me to believe that based on what we saw, although it was a preseason game, it was still against third or fourth stringers and what have you. And to see some of the things that they complained about with him in college really show itself this past weekend. I think it's one of those things where it's a huge leap to expect Stefanski and them to go from a Flacco, a Pickett, a Dillon Gabriel to Shedeur Sanders, and Shedeur is a leapfrog over all of that in one season. I find that very, very difficult to believe. Get to a QB2, I think it's going to be incredibly hard right now, barring injury. That's why I've changed my mind.
Dan, before you jump in, if you could just repeat what you said in the first hour, if we have a new audience joining us, because I thought it was really strong.
Yeah, I don't think Shedeur Sanders ever starts a game for the Cleveland Browns. I don't believe he starts a game this year, obviously, barring injury, which is the conversation you and I had. And if he doesn't get an opportunity to start a game this year because of injury and show something different than he was able to show this preseason, I don't believe they view him as a franchise builder, a franchise starter. And I'm going to admit something on TV that you probably shouldn't. I'm rooting for Shedeur Sanders. I wanted to turn the film on and be able to come on First Take, be on Get Up, and be on NFL Live and pound the table that he has been done wrong. Pound the table that he deserves to be the week 1 starter. He deserves to be the 2 on the depth chart. But if you watch the film, if you compare it to what we did see from Dillon Gabriel, that's just not the case. And I'm with everyone. I'm with Kurt Warner. I do wish I would have gotten to see Shedeur Sanders in the 2-minute drill, not because I needed to see him execute so he could play well, but I wanted to see him rebound from an outing that didn't go the way that he would have liked it to go. I know that he's ultimately confident. I know that he has a high level of talent. I believe he should have been drafted earlier, but the reality is he's a 5th-round pick that was treated like a 5th-round pick. He was a 5th-round pick that got the opportunities that 5th-round picks normally get unless they force you to give them something else. And so when you look at the peers in his room, when you look at the position that the Cleveland Browns drafted him in and the reps that they allowed him to get, Shedeur Sanders is going to be exactly where he should be, which is behind Joe Flacco, behind Dillon Gabriel, in on the depth chart. And being that as it is, I don't believe he gets an opportunity to play this year.
Yeah, after watching the Rams game, the best thing for Shedeur is to not play. After watching how he handled a different level of schematic defensively, a different level of pressure and timing defensively, the worst thing would be for Shedeur to get on the field right now. So it's not that this weekend was this end-all, be-all to the QB2 or wherever he was in the competition. This team's had 30 practices. For everyone at home, teams, yes, value your performance in the preseason. They value the practices just as much. The body of work is significantly greater. They get to control the environment that you're in. And so it's not like the Browns have watched Shedeur, when he's been healthy, light practice on fire against highly competitive situations, and then the game happens and he struggles and go like, well, the game's more important. You know that.
Yeah.
What you do in practice
every day is an interview.
Sets you every single day. And so while Shedeur struggled this past weekend, and I say this with the same hope, I hope the young man has a great NFL career. The tape's not close to Dillon Gabriel's. So it's not just Shedeur's performance. Dillon Gabriel's tape was significantly cleaner and better in those two games.
I think cleaner is such an important word, because when you're looking at the operation, I agree with Kurt Warner. The opportunities for success were higher for Dillon Gabriel, but it's the clean that you're looking for Shedeur, that if it's not there, I throw it away. If it is the check down, even if I can't throw it beyond the sticks, I take that. It did feel like he saw what Dillon Gabriel had done. He really felt good about what he did against Carolina, and he said, I'm going to force them to give me this opportunity, and in that sense, it didn't work out.
Hey guys, here's the painful reality. After the draft, we were really, really disgusted that he dropped to the 5th round. We felt that it was, I'm not going to go as far as to say anything like collusion, because it didn't have to be that, but there were clearly people that weren't interested in dealing with Deion Sanders, and we brought some other elements into the equation to point out why Shedeur Sanders had dropped to the 5th round. We have gone from that to today, where we're looking at him and we understand why he was drafted 144th overall. I'm talking strictly of his play on the field. Based on how he looked, that's the message that was sent right now. And now he's got an uphill climb in that regard. He's got an uphill climb, and that hurts to say, because I'm rooting for him, and I ain't apologizing for it to anybody. And I still don't believe he deserved to be a 5th round pick. I think that one game does not define who he is and whatever, but I'm just saying, because these opportunities are so few and far between, and you don't get them every day, and they got a season to prepare for and what have you, the die has been cast on this season, which is where I side with both of y'all.
Dan, can you also, though, explain the difference in the way an organization has to pour into a 1st-round pick at the quarterback position as opposed to someone that was drafted in the 5th round?
Sure, because everyone's job, when you're the 1st-round pick at quarterback, everyone's job in future is dependent upon what you become and how good you are as a player. 5th-round pick, you're almost house money. Oh, you're the general manager that took the 5th-round pick that became the starting quarterback. You must be really good at your job. But he didn't play till his 3rd year. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We took him in the 5th round and we developed him. We did. Our coaches did. So the conversation and the vantage point is significantly different, because your job isn't hinging on the 5th round pick hitting. Your job is as a 1st round quarterback. And the other thing I'd say is our